Hello, it's Wednesday and we are back with another video. What are we doing today?
Well, before we get to the video, I'd just like to celebrate our current milestone, which is 2,000 subscribers.
Yay! Thank you guys.
Well done to the family.
Thank you.
Well done to the community for supporting us, and thank you so much.
Yeah.
We move. But secondly, we'd also like to wish the mama of the channel a happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So here on this channel, we like to consider all our subscribers a family. So if you have any milestones that you'd like to share, and we can wish you or congratulate you for your milestones,
Absolutely.
no matter how small or how big,
Let us know.
let us know in the comments and we'll congratulate you. Or if you have any birthdays that you want us to wish you a happy birthday on, let us know in the comments and we'll all come together and wish you a happy birthday.
Absolutely.
But only if you're a subscriber, because only subscribers are family around here.
Family, 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 family.
Let's get back to the video. So recently, Julius Malema has made some very crazy statements. So let's just check out this clip first, and then you tell me what you think about it.
Okay.
I saw a video of some police harassing a Nigerian in Santin. I want to say to my Nigerian brothers and sisters, those police do not represent us, and they do not represent the South African police services. Those police, they must be dealt with, they must be disciplined for harassing a person simply because this person is a Nigerian. It must come to an end. Some fool is going to say, but these Nigerians are committing crime. Fine. If Nigerians are committing crime, a lot of them are in Hillbrow. Why are the soldiers not in Hillbrow but in Cape Town among South Africans? There are no soldiers on Nigerians. There are no soldiers on Mozambicans. There are soldiers on South Africans themselves, because crime is committed by us. We are the ones who are selling drugs to our own people. We are the ones who are beating up our own women. We are the ones who are killing each other. And then you hide behind the Nigerians. Stop being cowards. Take responsibility. Stop crime. When Nigerians come here to commit crime and they do not find us as criminals, it will not be conducive for them to do crime where crime is not happening. It starts with you. Stop crime. Stop hiding criminals if you want a peaceful South Africa. Zimbabwe, please find a solution. The economy of Zimbabwe is worrying.
So what are your thoughts on all of that?
I mean, okay. So, like, obviously the points he's raising about, like, hey, we're not so great either. We also have, crazy crime that South Africans are committing. Yes, I get that. But that's true, But, like, to sort of put aside and act like the claims that, foreigners are committing crimes in South Africa and sort of brushing it as though it's not happening is insane. Like, that is insane. So what are you trying to say? Like, we crazy. You know what I'm saying? So nobody was saying like we're perfect. Like, nobody was saying South Africans are perfect and they're not committing crimes. But it's like it's a spit in our faces that foreigners feel so freely as well to come into South Africa and commit crimes. We understand that we need to deal with our domestic problems. We've been saying this over and over again. We know that we have our own problems as a country that we need to deal with. It doesn't mean now that we just need to allow and let people to just come in and do as they please, like. And calling us out for calling things out is kind of crazy.
Yeah, so the only thing I can agree on here is that yes, we do as a society need to be better in how we deal with crime, especially amongst ourselves.
Yes,
I can agree to that.
I can also agree to what he's saying. You know what he says, like, if our South Africans were not committing crimes, then it would be harder for foreigners to also commit crimes.
Yes, but it wouldn't stop them though.
Yeah, it wouldn't stop.
So
them.
that point is like it's not really relevant because you can go like anywhere in the world. There's gonna be foreigners committing crimes.
Absolutely.
In those countries, you can look at Dubai as a famous example.
Even if they are strict on crime.
Yeah, even if there's strict laws.
Hush Puppy was there.
Dubai is a very famous example of a lot of like fraudsters and criminals committing crimes there. So,
but it's not
just to think that it's only a South African problem, and only because we are not good at handling our own matters in terms of crime, that it's okay for them to be able to do crime.
Yes,
kind of crazy. And on top of that, it's like you said, like people are not crazy.
Yeah,
people are not stupid.
Yes.
People see these things happening all the time.
Absolutely,
and they've been complaining about it. And for you to just dismiss that, it's like, no, that shouldn't be right. It's crazy. So like if you just think about it, like we do have a problem here where there are some people who are scammers. There are some people who are into human trafficking.
Yes.
There are some people who are into selling drugs and all those things. And just because they can, it doesn't mean that they should be doing it. So Malema is saying like, just because they can do it, then they should. No. Just because they can doesn't mean that they should. So you should also hold those people to account.
But now he doesn't want to hold them to account, and even stopping the police who probably
could be suspecting
who could be suspecting somebody of crime and calling it harassing. Like, so now you want to disarm the police as well, as much as you want to disarm the people from speaking up against it. So it's like, well, what?
So how do you expect the police to do their job? Like, police are supposed to check up on people they might suspect could be illegally, or they might suspect could be involved in criminal activity.
And it says something. If police are maybe at a point now where they are overly suspicious of foreigners, that should tell you something.
That should also tell you something.
Yes, nobody's gonna be overly suspicious about people if there is no, there's a reason behind certain prejudice sometimes, not that it's a good thing, because there are obviously people that would be innocent, but there's a reason behind it. So if there's a constant, suspecting, if a foreigner that you see is probably, involved in crime, there's a reason behind that. So it's like, but what should they do? Like, if they know that, chances are, it's almost a 50% chance that if you stop a foreigner, they got drugs on them, then what do you expect? What do you expect them to do? Like, what do you expect them to do?
So it's also like to the point of him saying that there's no like soldiers deployed in Hillbrow and all those areas that are dominated by
problem.
Foreigners. So with that, I suspect, or I theorize, that there are people benefiting from having foreigners taking over buildings, hijacking. Like you can't say that there are people who hijack buildings and the metropolitan municipality doesn't do anything about that and not benefiting from that.
How?
Like, you can't say that.
Yes.
So there's obviously people benefiting from having foreigners hijack buildings, foreigners occupy a certain area.
That is a flaw with our government, that there are no soldiers deployed in Hillbrow. Not because the Hillbrow is squeaky clean and doesn't have a... We know... Hillbrow is not... You're making an example about Hillbrow because you know what it's notorious for. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, for you to even think about making that example with Hillbrow, it's because you know it's notorious for something bad. And it's like, well... maybe there's bigger problems than Hillbrow. It's a problem nonetheless, whether it's bigger, whether it's not. It's a serious problem that we have in South Africa. Drugs are a serious problem. Human trafficking, a lot of things. We know a lot of things. We've heard a lot of stories of what goes down in Hillbrow.
Yeah. Crazy. So the whole Hillbrow thing, it doesn't make sense. And hopefully in the coming times, in the near future, we're gonna get a proper government who's gonna be able to sort out that issue.
Yes.
And make sure that all the people living in that area are there legally.
Yes.
And are not hijacking any buildings.
Absolutely.
So there's some more crazy stuff that Julius has been saying, and it seems like he's pushing an agenda for this Pan-Africanism or One Africa.
Yeah.
And it seems like he's prioritizing that over South Africa in general.
Yeah.
So there's this other clip as well that I'd like you to react to, and then you tell me what you think about it.
Okay.
Nigerians in that entertainment industry, they are not competing with South Africa. They are competing with America. When you see a Nigerian artist, when you see a music video of a Nigerian, you will mistaken it for Americans. They are moving. You are busy with machete here. People are working on themselves.
What are your thoughts on all of that?
This guy, though, is something else. Oh my gosh. Like, does he not see what South Africa is doing, like, musically? Let's be honest. And, like, around,
Funny enough, right? If you think about it,
culture.
If you think,
right now.
if you look at it, like the biggest dance challenge in the world right now is that
It's South African.
It's a South African dance challenge, and
many more be like almost every now and then South Africa releases a new, even the ones that they switch from there to other ones is South African dances. It's to South African music. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, so I'm saying that. So if you look now, like probably the biggest and most influential genre in the world right now is probably Amapiano. And you're seeing celebrities, you're seeing a lot of Americans hopping onto these dance challenges. You're seeing a lot of Nigerians as well hopping onto these. Everybody around the world is hopping onto
in other countries as well.
And we just want a Grammy. We just want a Grammy over those Nigerians.
Over those Nigerians, like, bro, why don't you just move there? Honestly?
So I don't know what you're talking
boring.
about. I don't know what you're talking about. But if you're keeping it like 100, like what you're talking about is nonsense.
He's not serious.
It's just nonsense. But yeah, like again, Amapiano right now is probably the most influential genre in the world. So what is he talking about?
Like, what is he talking about? So Nigerians are competing their music videos. Like, what?
It's clear
what are you talking about?
It's clear that he's liking. He's taking a liking to other Africans.
Like, if you go to Nigeria, there's some whack music videos you'll find there of people also who are up and coming and whatever that are trying. And then just like, he's just focusing on our ones that are like that as well. Because
I don't know. Has he seen an AKA music video?
I don't think he's seen.
Have you seen a Casper music video?
I don't think he's
like, our top artists produce world-class music videos. World-class music that is played all over the world. So what is he talking about?
What is he on about?
Look at Tyler. Tyler's music videos, world class. Again, she won a Grammy over the Nigerians you're talking about. South Africans are starting to get annoyed with him.
Yeah.
With prioritizing Nigerians.
Like, I don't know. Is he like... sometimes, like, some of the things he says is, like, borderline delusional. But then... I guess like everybody's entitled to their own opinion in a view of how they see the world, basically.
I don't think so, but anyway, like, and it's funny how like there was a clip of him a clip of him speaking about Zimbabwe like while he was still in the ANC, and it's funny how he's completely changed his tune. A few years later.
Absolutely, you need to insert that video.
Yeah, we're gonna insert this for everybody to see, but.
Political parties in Zimbabwe, they will never find friendship in us. They can insult us here from air-conditioned offices of Santin. We are unshaken. They must stop shouting at us. They must go and fight for their battle in Zimbabwe and win. If they've got ground and they are formed on the basis of solid ground in Zim, why are they speaking in Santin and not Mashonaland or Matabeleland? There's nothing Santin in Zimbabwe. There's everything about the Zimbabweans. Let them go back and go and fight there. Even when the ANC was underground in exile, we had our internal underground forces fighting for freedom. And we have never spoken from exile.
It's like he's done a complete 180.
Yeah.
So people are speculating that he's being funded by people who want him to.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, he's definitely being funded by somebody. And, like, that person's not South African.
But it doesn't... for South African, it's not very encouraging to see the potential future president speak about South Africans in this manner.
Like this. Like, what is...
There's no other president out there in the world that will speak about their people
like this. And like, put other people on a pedestal over your...
There's another people who are better than us.
Bruh, like, we're fighting what we are fighting on social media. You are setting us back. Like,
there's no other president that will do that. Who's patriotic to their people. And other people is better than them.
Oh.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
And there are people who are seeing this now and are being very worried.
Yeah.
And then there's obviously the EFF loyalists who are...
they are kind of shaken. There are some that I do see that they are a bit shaken, and they're not so as they used to about their CIC, to be honest. And I feel like the more he's doing it, the more like people are going to be openly EFF, because EFF is like some cult situation now, where it's so difficult that if you're an EFF and you say, you know, something, or you don't agree with the views, hey, they'll have you. So what I see for happening, and I think probably even happened the last election as well, is a lot of people posing around as the EFF with EFF t-shirts, and when they get to the ballot, they'll vote something else. They won't vote EFF. Because these are concerning things. Anybody in their right mind is also gonna be a bit concerned, like, yo, what's this now? What's happening? Like, even if I was, you know, considering, or even I was a regular person, probably even considering you the slightest, now I'm gonna have a lot of questions. I'm gonna have like, able, you know, but what is this guy's actual agenda?
Another thing that's really worrying, another thing that's very worrying, right, is that Julius knows that South Africans are not happy with his open borders policy and this Pan-African that is pushing. He knows that. And he tells the South Africans that they must stop being xenophobic.
Yeah.
So he's prioritizing his own ideals and agendas over what the people of South Africa actually want. And that's very worrying if you want that kind of leader that will prioritize their own ideals over what the people want.
Yeah.
You should be very worried about that.
This is definitely not the way to go about it.
So you guys considering voting for the EFF, you must really take note of all the things that he's been saying, and really consider if you want this to be the president of a country who doesn't even value his own people. Really consider that.
Yeah.
But anyway, you guys let us know what you think about this whole situation.
Yeah, let us know.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And keep watching. Goodbye.
We'll check you guys in the next one.